Alright guys, welcome back. I'm starting in the desert again. So I did a few things. I went and saw Classical really quick and got him to send a... Hold on, I gotta finish this first. Send a Chocobo here to Beacon out. It was a level 1 that wasn't getting leveled up anymore. So because it runs away, so I just basically got rid of it. I also released all my other Chocobos except for one, because while I was fighting in Beacon earlier, between videos here, I picked up one that when I went to go and check on it actually could level up to level 5. So I've got one right now and I need 4 total at least to unlock the Ruined Depths. So I've got a little ways to go. I've always found that it's easier to find level 5 Chocobos in Chapter 5, but that's just me. Anywho, the chest I just opened you needed the desert key for. So once you send a Chocobo to Beacon, you can dig in the central expanse. Expanse? That's right. Never mind. I thought I said that wrong. Anywho, kind of the same way that Albed primers are key items, they pop up as the little white X's, and then the mission items, the yellow X. You can pick up the desert key, which is what this guy dropped in the central expanse. So that opens that up, which gives you the Horn of Plenty garment grid, which is an equivalent to the treasure hunter. Nab Gil is the same thing as a mug, except it takes Gil instead of an item. Obviously you get this 2 chapters earlier. I mean, you could get this right at the beginning of Chapter 5. And the other thing too, you gotta remember this now gives me 5 more potential dress spheres that I can be leveling up. I don't have to stick to these 5, right? So if I want to make, I might even make one right now. Warrior, Gunner, probably do a Gun Mage somewhere. Trainer, and I don't know, Festivalist for argument's sake. I can go and max out, and you know, if I'm not fighting any difficult enemies, sorry, I can just use this kind of a setup. Gun Mage is there in case I have anything I need to get blue bulleted, and then everything else is just stuff I want to level up now that I've got the AP egg. It makes things even easier. I'm actually going to flip Warrior right there for now. That was just an example, I'm not actually going to use this right now. I might when I go through Via Infinito, but we'll see. I feel like I may have gotten this before, because I definitely remember being able to use Flare. That is a pretty awesome set of skills though. Use black magic abilities and then use Flare. Nothing really else to report. Oh. Abilities wise, she's pretty much almost done. She's maxed out Gun Mage almost, and Lady Luck's completely done. Dark Knight's done. What has she been doing? She's been doing Psychic, so she's just been learning some eating abilities. But I'm going to flip her to Warrior and have her finish that off too, and her Gun Mage is completely done. I just need to do blue bullets now. Well, and actually, you know what? I'm going to go back and put the Dark Knight in there because I picked up quite a few attack level ups actually. I picked up a couple defense ones, and I picked up an extra 6 points in special, which by my math should put me at 41, which should put that into level 5. So I am going to go and fight the Experiment in Djose right now, because like I said, by my math that should be at level 5. I was surprised defense was at level 4 actually. I counted only 22 points out of the 38 that you need to max things out. And it was calling it level 5, so... Or level 4, I mean. I was a little surprised by that. So that's pretty much all that's happened in the little bit since I saw you guys last. Hasn't been too long. I can't survive a ton of attacks, so I do kind of need him to use Annihilator rather quickly. I'm going to do something that I haven't actually done yet. I'm going to set it to wait mode. Perfect. Level 4s and level 5 take on the experiment. So, immune to everything, status effect wise, no MP, and doesn't really use any magic. Immune to gravity, but everything is at this point in the game. So, not crazy high HP, but you'll see probably very quickly. It doesn't really need it. Each special level it gets a new ability. So Life Slicer was probably the level 4 ability. Not like that her back is turned right now. And in hindsight, I probably should have healed before I transformed.
As I bear this darkness into battle, my suffering becomes my strength.
you know what too? Another thing I'm almost thinking of right now. I might flip it to... I don't even know if I should do Yuna or Pain.
Show, you know.
I'm just thinking somebody would get a lot of P. I guess we're going with Yuna. Yeah, I think I'm gonna flip her to her special ability, or her special dress sphere, and see if... Cause I'm pretty sure this guy gives like 20 AP every time you beat him.
Everybody stand back! I'll show you how it's done.
It sucks because I've never gone through this group of dress spheres with Yuna, because she's actually going to have to show us her sphere change every time. But that's okay.
Well, this is no time for stage fright.
I'm just realizing now this may not be as awesome as I'm thinking because he knows Life Slicer. So if he hits Yuna with a Life Slicer, the entire dress sphere is going down. But you know what? Take that chance. I think she has Great Whirl by now, so... Oh no, she doesn't. Okay, so this just got really awkward. Oh, I definitely used the wrong move right there.
There's no escape!
Yeah, I don't think I'm surviving this, and it is entirely my fault. Yeah. Seemed like a great idea right up until that happened. Pretty sure Yuna just died again. Boom, yeah. This is actually getting to be pretty rough.
My gun cries out for you!
Alright, here we go. I've kind of got some HP now. Let's see if I can make something happen here. Yeah, like I said, he gives out a ton of AP because, as you saw, Yuna just learned Drain and Demi in the same enemy kill, so...
We really trashed him.
Tell him this.
Diga Windelik Yut Kujai.
And mega win your daddy da. Yache rija tu pimten kunika machina.
Hey, he understood me. Fiddler Ween Magika.
Okay, so that definitely took a lot longer than I thought it would, guys. Looks like I'm missing 5 Albed primers, so hopefully I'll pick those up when I'm in the desert still. Crystal Bangle was definitely a good call. I might keep her with the Crystal Bangle, actually. She's gonna be a warrior for a little bit, she doesn't really need Ragnarok. Okay, so like I said, it took a while. I'm glad that actually ended the way it did though.
Sphere waves scattered during the concert caused fiends endemic to this region to rampage.
So, in other words, Your sphere screen is to blame.
Find a sphere and the fiends appear?
I'm gonna save here just in case something goes wrong. I don't know if you guys remember these Rios guys from Chapter 3 when I was trying to fight them in Makalania, but they're not the easiest people to defeat. They're not the easiest fiends to defeat. The nice thing is that they're by themselves this time.
Showtime.
The other nice thing is my Psychic's going to absorb 3 of their 4 attacks. Pain's going to absorb 3 of 4 attacks. A jolly good time. So all the rewards that I'm going to get from all these treasure chests from the defeating the fiends here could be better if you go through and keep calibrating all the towers and stuff. But I mean, really, I'm getting a Mega Elixir. That's pretty good. You know? Actually, there's a lot of good items here. Even you guys see what I'm picking up right now. Which is good, because I burned through quite a few X potions in that last battle. Next time I come back to fight that guy, I'm definitely going to be a little more prepared. Well, and the nice thing too is I won't be waiting around for Annihilator to trigger, so I'm loving the fact that he keeps hitting the one character that's not going to absorb it. So she's just got the one ability left. That's okay.
This is your lucky day.
I am going to come back and save before I fight the boss here, because I have actually had difficulty in the past with this guy. That was awesome. Those were both fiends I haven't oversold yet, so that was good. I've actually printed myself out a list at this point because I do want that trophy, and I've decided that this game is going to be the one that I get it with. This guy giving me a bit of a challenge here. Oh yeah, he's oversold, that'd be why. Totally missed that. I was talking about oversouls too. Thinking to myself like, wow, he should have dropped a while ago. Well, that'd be why. And I was even thinking to myself too, he broke his attack pattern. Like usually they just kind of rotate through.
Duck soup!
Duck.
There we go. I guess I should get paid doing something else actually, because it's kind of pointless having to do this. 2 more fights or just 1 more? Oh, looks like just 1 more. If you're not really big on mastering abilities and you're just going to use like a couple different dress spheres the whole time, then it doesn't really matter. But for me, I do like trying to max as much out as I can here. And the AP eggs are just a godsend. Like it is so worth it. It took me 13 hours and I enjoy Blitzball, and maybe that's a little different.
The lightning isn't stopping! Let's look around some more.
But I definitely don't mind putting the time in for Blitzball to get the AP eggs. For the most part, I did have a good time. There were a couple frustrating moments. Uh-oh. sure I've still got ribbon on Yuna, so I think I'm safe. You never quite know. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna go save before I go and fight this boss and actually figure my setup out, because this isn't really a good setup for this. But getting back to Blitzball, I found out something I never knew before. I actually had to look up the rules about overtime. So apparently, overtime can last for 30 minutes in addition to the 5 minutes the game is going. I had to look this up because I had, I kid you not, a 25-minute game with the, oh my goodness. Taking her. I had a 25-minute game against the Luca Goers. They couldn't score on my goalie because my goalie was just right pumped up and my defense was pretty good. But I had spent so much time working on my defense that my offense couldn't really score anything on their goalie. And it was just constant back and forth of they would get the ball to my end and either my defenders would steal it or my goalie would block it. That's okay. And I was playing, thank God, because I would have lost my shit if I was playing in like visual mode, but I was playing overhead, so the clock's moving pretty fast. And you know, there weren't too many problems with that, but it was the fact that I was sitting here, and I was kind of doing other stuff as I was playing Blitzball. But I was sitting here and I kind of looked over and, you know, it's 10 minutes past, or 10 minutes into the game, and it's like, oh, okay, like whatever. And it's 15, and it's like, oh, okay, whatever. And then I started actually watching, and it's like, neither one of us can score. It was a 0-0 game. And it went to 25-03, and Payne hit a corkscrew shot from like midfield. It was ridiculous. Oh, I remember what the other problem was. So I was running 2 forwards, 1 midfielder, and 4 defenders. Well, the problem is that if your midfielder gets injured, you can't really get the ball to your forwards either, which was the other problem. And then when they got it, they couldn't score, but sorry, I'm just trying to figure out, I don't want to waste AP. You guys will notice that I actually go out of my way to not waste AP ever. But I also don't want to get completely massacred here, so. Yeah, I think I'm going to throw some items at the beginning of battle too, so this should work fairly well. Hopefully she has Lightning Eater. Otherwise, I may actually run around. Okay, so she's just learned water. Good. I was just thinking to myself, that would be the worst thing, is I putting her as a psychic because she can absorb lightning and then she doesn't absorb lightning. The first time I played this game, I had to rely on special dress spheres to beat this guy because I couldn't figure out how to block meteor.
Wanna take a look?
Not that I've actually blocked it now, but...
Yuna!
Bring it, beefsteak!
So, I played this game before 10. So between Payne's reaction to seeing this guy and the fact that the music's playing for the Aeon battles, like the same ones that you fight the 3 in Chapter 3 in, I thought this guy was an Aeon. Because like I said, right away Payne's concerned about Yuna. Tell me I have Dispel Tonic, good. But yeah, I didn't know any better. This was the game that I actually started the Final Fantasy series on. Okay, I don't think this guy's gonna last too much longer. Oh man, if I was thinking, I would have got Riku to use Sentinel right there. Oh, what a missed opportunity. Did I get it? No. I'm really gonna have to figure out what I need to do to get some more Dispel Tonics, because yeah, that's right, 1 damage. Sounds like it's going to be game over in a second. Or battle over, I should say. There we go. No? Oh.
See ya.
Okay, there we go. I thought I heard Una say that earlier, so... Yeah, I survived that.
Drigi Kimud. TV larg Dradufin Wiwad, Dranakik Nikaruma.
He says there's another hole by the tower.
Think it's connected to the others?
I don't think there's a faith here.
Uh-oh. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Eludiga, we do Draruma.
We going in?
Phew.
See, it was right up until she said, I don't think there's a faith here. I thought that guy was an Aeon.
We going in?
Aw.
I might as well do this now. I don't know if I'm going to finish. I may have to stop right before the boss fight. Because I am going to fight all the Machina along the way. They're not that powerful.
Goings at your service.
They give us some pretty decent experience, actually. I forget where that one group of Machina was. Maybe it was the High Road. Maybe it was the ones in the desert, I can't remember, but one of them was just giving me a terribly hard time. I'm getting some levels in here. That's good. But what I was talking about before the boss fight there was that Blitzball game. The Luca goers had a 10-minute and like 40-second overtime win against the Fangs. How did it work? They beat the Sykes in the first round, that's who it was. They took them to like 10 minutes of overtime and somebody scored, so it was a 1-0 game there. They had a 1-0 game against us that took 25 minutes that we won, like the Goldwings. And then they had another 12-minute overtime game against the Ronzo Fangs. Like, it was just ridiculous. They were taking, and this was all in the same tournament. They were just taking everybody to overtime, and they won against the Fangs too, so they only lost the one against us. I was just thinking, like, if this was in real life, not only would half of those guys have drowned, but imagine how tired they'd be 3 games in a row going to overtime. Oopsies. And especially you think about it, a game's 5 minutes, so they played at least like 4 extra games worth of time in this one tournament. So I looked up the rules, and it says that if overtime lasts for longer than 30 additional minutes, so ours was into 20 minutes. Because the 5 minutes of the original plus the extra 20. Because it was 25:03 that Payne scored. But had it have gone to 30, the game would have completely reset like it never happened. Any injured players would be like covered. You'd start with the full roster again on both sides. It'd be a 0-0 game, and it'd basically just be a brand new game. Which I thought was kind of interesting. But the problem I was having is without scoring a goal on either side, I couldn't substitute players, which means I couldn't get Riku was my midfielder. And I think I had Yuna and Payne up on forward. And then I had my defenders. Well, my defenders kept stealing the ball, and then eventually they'd lose the ball, or they'd pass it and it'd be too long of a pass, or somebody would intercept it, or something or other. Because I had my thing set to center attack, I think. So, or maybe it was post play, I don't know. But they try to make short passes, so they're passing to each other all the time, and then they fumble every now and again. Things get intercepted. The few times they actually figured out, hey, let's pass it to a forward, they either lost the ball into the defender's zone, or they didn't score. Like they shot, but it got blocked. Yeah, so that's Sid sitting there, so before I actually go and talk to Sid, I'm sure there'll be one more battle, and then,
Piece of cake!
I'll end the video. I don't know what I'm going to do next video. I don't really want to do digging, because that might take a while. You know what, maybe I'll go through New Cave next video. You know what, too, maybe? Worst comes to worst, I can always start via Infinito. So anywho, I'm going to save it here before the next boss fight against the, I think it's called the Machina Panzer. So that'll be part 24, so I hope to see you guys there.